Hello friends, this is Cara-Renee with B.Reborn Art and Healing. Welcome to my channel and welcome to another fun and easy tutorial. I will tell you I have failed twice recording this video. I'm still working through kinks on the new computer and trying to find a way to record my video or screen record onto my computer so that I can have control over the zoom feature that exists on my webcam. Thought I found the solution, and it has inconsistent results, which means I cannot rely on it. So I use Movavi Video Editor. I've been using it for nearly 5 years. I absolutely love the program. But we learned recently when my son-in-law was over that we could actually screen record through Movavi. And then we have functionality to change the resolution so that we can control the webcam. So I would do a test video and it would work. I'd do a real video and it didn't work. I have no idea why, so I'm not relying on that. I do have another webcam coming here in the next few days, so I'm hoping that it will, it comes with software, so I'm hoping I'll have some functionality to be able to zoom. So using Movavi, I was able to just reach up here, touch the button on the top of the camera, and I was golden, and it was beautiful, but yeah, not reliable. So without further ado and yakking, let me talk about what we're doing today. So I want to talk to you about the very first prototype I did, which was this one, using the beautiful digitals from the Creating a Garden Story collaboration kits. One of the kits is from Angela Kerr Designs, the other is from Rach & Bella Crafts. I believe this image itself is from Rach & Bella Crafts. However, I believe both of these are from Angela Kerr. So basically what we're doing today is we're creating this seamless pocket on a journal page. So this would be a page in a signature. So I printed on the back side of a digital these beautiful dots, also from Angela Kerr, and then this beautiful digital also from Angela on the back. So basically the idea is you could either put it on this side or you could put it on this side, and you're basically just deciding how much of a border you want to have. And then cutting this top piece, cutting it halfway through the middle. It doesn't have to be halfway. It could be over here. It could be wherever you want it to be. But I did it halfway, and then you have this seamless kind of pocket thing. Now, obviously, it's not seamless once you put stuff in it, but when you take the stuff out, it's really cool and clever. So I want to show you how I did that. That was the first one I made. This is one of them I made on the video that failed, so I will add some seam binding to these. I was very discouraged, to be honest with you, but I wanted to talk with you about them because of the papers. The papers were just absolutely amazing. So this paper here and this paper is from Amity Bloom, and it's from her Love Lace kit. And I absolutely love the tones of that. And this one here, these two that I made the cards out of, are from the Angel Folio kit from Sweet Pea Curiosities, and I absolutely love them. Look at that sweet, sweet angel face. So, so cool. So again, we've got a signature page. We've got the back. I just printed on some printed tea-dyed paper on the back of that one. And then these just slide in here, really sweet, and I'll put some seam binding on those as well. But that was the second one I tried. This one I also did on camera. I wasn't really thrilled with the combination of papers that I chose, but it's okay. Just not one of my favorites. This one might go in my reference journal because, again, it's not one of my all-time favorites, but it does still have that same feature there. So really, really pretty. And this, I believe, is the teal and teal and blue. Oh, I cannot remember. This is from Chapter 1 Papers. I think it's aqua and blue, I believe is what it's called. So there you go. This is the last one that I did. Again, I did this. This was in the second video that I tried. And I only did one in that video because I had a feeling that it was not going to record. I mean, it was recording. It was showing it was recording right there, but nothing in the output. So again, same thing. This is from Ruby and Pearl Boho Butterfly Kit. Absolutely stunning. This is going to go, I believe, in the Sweet Yvonne journal. But yeah, beautiful, beautiful papers. So I believe that some of these are from the LaBelle kit from Rachel Bell, or from Ruby and Pearl, so you'll have to check that out by hopping on over to her Etsy shop. I'll link it below. So today I thought we would go ahead and try, I'm using my photo booth, so fingers crossed that we don't have any difficulty. And we're going to do all the cutting and everything together. Now I do have my cutter right there. It's too big to bring on camera, and because I have a glass mat that ends here, I can't like put it right here so you can still see it because it'll go off the edge. So a lot of jabbering to get to the root of this project. So I did take a lot of the, well, I actually printed all of the journal pages from both Rachel Bella Crafts and Angela Kerr Designs, and I printed them two to a page so I can get some cool ephemera pieces out of it. So I did notice that this one is going the short way, so I'm not sure that I might turn that one this way and make a couple of tags out of that so that we've got a longer, I don't know, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. This one would work better because it could go in the pocket, or in that, yeah, in that pocket this way, and I could put a tab on there. So we'll do this one a little bit different. I printed, this is also from Angela Kerr Designs. This is also Angela Kerr and Angela Kerr. Not that I don't love Rachel Bella's, but this is what I had on my desk before me. Apologize for that focus again. Goodness gracious. Terrible. So I know that these are the ephemera bits, so I'm going to set them aside for now because we don't need them. And I believe that I wanted this to be my base, and this is going to be the seamless part of this page. So I'm going to go ahead and take a moment and cut off all the white edges, and I'll be right back. Okay, we are ready to go. So this is our base. Now, obviously, you would not have had to, oh, actually, this is the journal page, so I do want to get rid of that little bit of white. When I flip my digital over for my printer to print on the back side, it's irregular. Even if I change how I turn the paper, it's always a risk. So let me just trim that last bit off. Okay, so you're going to take your journal page and fold it in half. Now, that being said, you could have this be any size you want it to be. It does not have to be the height of a journal. I just happen to like that, so I'm going to go ahead and give this a good burnish. Okay. And I do need to grab my corner rounder. I realized I did not grab that. Okay, so that's our base. So let me get my ruler as well. And this measures... it's a little over 5 1/4, so I think I want to take it down to 5 1/4 because that's generally how wide my pages are at their max. So I'm going to just take a sliver off that edge. Of course, as I said, you can do it any size you want. I think I just cut that crooked. Oh my goodness. I think I did. I did. My thing slipped. So I am going to... That's so frustrating. I'm just going to try to even it out now. I can tell that it's crooked, so, or at least it feels like it's crooked. There we go. Awesome. Okay, so, and then the height is, I believe, 8 1/4. So let's just confirm that. Yeah, 8 1/4-ish. Okay, so that's our base, and we'll ink some things up here in a second. So the next thing you want to decide is obviously which side of this do you want to use. I definitely want to use this beautiful grandma because she's super sweet. Still drinking my coffee this morning. My cup says, create your own sunshine. Don't you know that is the best thing that we can do in our lives, is create our own sunshine, and then that flows over to other people. So I don't want this to be the full height of the page. So I know I want to cut some off. I think I'll cut it off the top because I really don't want to lose any more of grandma. So I think I'm going to trim off about an inch. Let's just take off an inch. I'm going to take an inch off the top of that page. If I can find my inch. Okay, none of these measurements are exact. They do not need to be perfect. So that is absolutely awesome. I love that size. So now I'm just going to decide how much of this I want on the side. I think I'm going to just butt right up into that, the line of that, that gingham. And then, of course, the other one probably won't work out that way, but that's okay. So I'm just going to give it, what is that, about a quarter of an inch. So let's go ahead and just measure, just so that we can act a little bit more precisely. I say act loosely. There we go. Make that mark, and I'm going to go ahead and trim that off. Okay, there we go. Beautiful. I love this image so much. Okay, so the next thing I do is I use my, what I call the zero gravity ruler, because you can find the center of everything with this Tim Holtz Ideology ruler. And I don't think I ever link it, so let me just make a quick note so that I can link that. Many of you have probably heard of it. The Tim Holtz ruler. Awesome. Okay, so I'm just finding the center by using the marks here, so we know that if we're 4 inches, 8 inches, a little bit more, about right there seems to be the middle. I'm just going to make a pencil mark. It's going to go right through her face. Isn't that something? So you'll want to think about that. If you don't like that, you could pick a different part of the digital page to split. So let me just trim that in half. It does not have to be, nobody's going to take a ruler to your project and measure this, so please don't get concerned about precision here. As I say, perfection is not at play in the studio. So okay, so there, she's seamless, right? And she's going to go on that page. I do want to round the edges on this, so I'm going to round the outside edges of the base page. I'm going to use the 7mm circle or corner rounder part there. And then we're not going to round the inside edges, just the outside 4 edges. And then when you ink, if you want it to remain seamless, you don't want to ink, let me turn this back around, you don't want to ink this inner edge. So I'm going to go ahead and ink this up. You don't have to ink it all. I love a little bit of grunge with this paper. I think it's really beautiful. And I am a grungy girl, so I always tend towards grunge anyway. So I do want to share the miniature lap book that I shared as part of the Rach and Bella Angela Kerr collaboration, creating our garden story. I am going to do a full series on how to make that miniature journal, including how to size the pages to fit in the journal, so that you have, what do you call that? You have proportion. It's proportionately makes sense. So we're going to do that together. We will cover the journal. We will do the same crackle effect on the cover, and we will put the signature. We'll do everything on camera. So I'm evaluating my schedule here and figuring out when I want to actually do that. So you guys can definitely check back on the channel if that's of interest to you. Did have a lot of comments that a lot of people didn't feel like they could do it because it's just really tedious and the stuff is so small, and I totally get that. So you could make it full size and still watch the tutorial and see what you like. Or you could make it kind of mid-size. You could make it bigger, like, maybe like a 5x7 journal instead of a, 9x6, or mine are generally, pages are 5 1/4 by 8 1/4, but you could make it any size you want. In that case, you wouldn't be able to take my percentages in printing, because it would depend on the size of your cover, how much you needed to shrink your pages down or resize them. So there we go. So that is ready to go. All right, so we're going to open this baby back up. Okay. Get rid of those crumbs. I change that sponge, I swear, every few days, and it's still crummy. So the next thing that I like to do is put both pieces on here back after you've trimmed it. Put it back on here like that. And then I spy your width from side to side. So I'm moving this over to my left because I want approximately the same margin on the each side as well as the top and bottom. I'm going to scooch it up just a smidge, and then I'm going to make a line with my pencil. This can be erased, so don't worry about it. I'm going to make a pencil line there and here at the top so I can kind of have a corner to butt that up into as we go along here. So there you go. You can see my marks. So I'm going to use my Barely Arts glue. This is the white glue, and we're going to glue on 3 sides. 1, 2, 3. Now, if you didn't round the corners, you might be confused about which is the edge that you need to glue. And so I like to hold the edge that I don't want glued this way so that I know which that I do not want to put glue there, because I've done it before and done it wrong. So just a little tip. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay, so I'm going to turn this to the side because I want to be able to get good visibility of this line as well as that line, because with art glitter glue or Barely Arts you don't get as much wiggle room. So I'm going to just put that there, and I'm going to go like so, and you can adjust a little bit. So I'm going to pull that over just a bit. There we go, perfect. That being said, I had somebody, you know, I'm always saying perfection is not at play in the studio, and then I'll do that and I'll say perfect. And so somebody pointed that out in the comments, and I really appreciated that because self-awareness is important. And so I wanted to explain, when I say perfect, like at this point, I mean I'm happy with it. I love it. It's working out. I don't mean perfect in the sense that I expected it to be perfect and it turned out to be perfect. It means I love it. So in case you guys wonder about that, but thank you to the subscriber, the person who made that comment, because that was very, very valid. So we're going to go ahead and glue this one as well. Okay, now this one gets a little tricky because you have to hold over your glue. So I'm just going to pinch it there. And I'm going to just, without touching that paper down where the glue is, and I'm just going to line it up, okay, like so. Perfect. There I go again. Awesome. It's awesome. Well done. Success, whatever you want to call it. There we go. So now she is seamless. Isn't that beautiful? Beautiful. I love it. Okay. So let's talk about what we want to have go in the little pocket. So after I was talking with you, I really think that I want to do at least this card. Maybe I'll do this card and this card. I'm just not sure which part of this I would want to cut off. So let's kind of look at this. So when you slide this in, be careful because that is still wet, but we could slide it in like that, and then we can kind of make a mark to see how far out we can go. We can go about here, but that's going to cut off our umbrella. I'm not super happy about that because it's the top. So I'm going to turn this around and then slide it back in, and I'm going to cut off some of the bottom instead, the part that's not going to show. So because it's going to be tucked in, I'm just going to put a pencil mark there. The width is perfect, so let's do that. Okay. So there we've got a beautiful, beautiful card. So let's go ahead and round those corners as well. I like to just round the outside corners that are tucking in. Link that up. Okay, so that's going to slide in there. I love it. I love it, love it, love it. Okay. I'm just kind of looking, checking to see if it's even. Of course, every time you put it in and out, it's going to shift, so you don't have to worry about that too much. I love that those pots are sitting right on that edge. So I'm feeling like we need to do the same with this one, because if we turn it, it's going to look weird. So I think I'd prefer to have this portion of the digital. So I'm going to line this up here, and we're going to go I mean, we can go pretty far, like maybe right here. So you can judge that. You can decide how much you want those to kind of be staggering and stacked on one another. So I need to trim that, but I also need to trim the bottom. So let me just line it up to that other piece, and we're going to cut off the same amount right there. Okay, let me do the cutting real quick. Sweet. Oh, that's not, oh, there we go. I feel like it's not enough, so I'm going to trim just a tad bit off of this other side. Upon putting it in, it feels a little bit too close in width to the other side, so let me just ink that back up. Oh, we didn't even do the back. Look at that sweet polka dot paper. I love it. When my babies were little, well, when my girls were born, or my first daughter was born, well, my second daughter was born, I redid the nursery, which was the girls' room, in yellow gingham, and I just loved that space. It was so sweet. So sweet. Okay, there we go. I like that a lot better. So I'm not gonna put the tabs on and stuff, but I'll cut some whale tail tabs to put on the edge here. Might do a little bit of a cluster here, but you'll be able to see that in the photos at the end of the video. I just really want to save time on this project. So that's our first one. So let's bring over the second one, because I definitely wanted to use more of the angel images. And even though I was looking at this and she looks kind of like, it almost looks like she's got like a blood tear, but it speaks to me as well. So I'm going to use it. It might not be everybody's cup of tea or cup of coffee, but I'm going to use it. So all of this paper that I'm using here is from Sweet Pea Curiosity's Angel Folio Kit. These background papers are so versatile, you guys. They're absolutely gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous. So this is going to be our base. I've already cut off the edges. Get her out of the way. And so we're going to do the same process. We're going to fold this in half. Give it a good bone fold. What do I do with the bone folder? There it is. It's white like my desk. So hard to see. There we go. Awesome. Okay. Which way do we want it to be? It doesn't really matter. They're both pretty similar. So I think I'll put this one on the other side because we've been doing everything on the right side, so I can change it up a little bit. Oh, wait a minute. Yes. And so then this, which one do we want to split? I think I want to use this side. I want to split this side. So I'm going to go ahead and first trim it down to the height and width that I want. So I'm just butting that up. I'm actually using this natural part of the digital as my line. Well, actually, yeah, I think I do want to cover that up. There we go. Okay, so that's my height. Oh, that can be butted up. I think I want it to come down a little bit further. We're going to make this one a little bit smaller because I don't want to lose all that lace up there as a layer. So I'm just going to make a mark down here, and I'm going to make a mark over here, and I'm just estimating, guys. It doesn't have to be like this. You can do whatever you choose. Awesome. Okay, I found a new word. Awesome. Oh, that's so beautiful. Okay, so let's find our middle of this one as well. So we're a little bit smaller than I think we are. Maybe we're not that much smaller. That's exactly middle, so I'm going to go ahead and make a pencil mark here. Now this one won't be as cool in terms of the seamlessness of it because it's not as bold as an image like our beautiful grandma on the other one, but it doesn't matter. It's same effect, just not as bold as I mentioned. So trimming this in half like so. Feel free to erase any pencil marks that are showing. That is so cool. Oh my gosh, that's so cool. I love it. Okay, I'm going to round the corners of this one as well and ink this all up. So I usually make all of my ephemera on the pages that are, I make separate ephemera that then gets glued on or fastened somehow to the journal page. This is the first time I'm really doing a lot more work with just individual signature pages, because I think it's gonna kind of broaden my horizons and help me to continue to think outside the box. So just gonna finish inking this up and then we'll be ready to go. Again, super easy project, guys. I think this would be very, very fun with scraps, because you could, yeah, I mean, it's just a great use of scraps, because nothing has to be too precise. As long as you like had an image that made sense to split, you know, to give the full effect of this seamless page, then it would be a go. So let's open that back up, and I believe we were doing this side. Okay, so same process. We're going to lay this back out. Well, we already know because we already cut it down. So now I'm just lining it up to make sure everything is where it needs to be. So that looks pretty good right there. So I'm going to make a line over here. And I'm hoping I'm going to see this line up here. It's a little tricky with this paper. And I'm going to go ahead and glue that on. So there's my line here and my line there. Again, turning it just so that I can get a good view of my lines. So do whatever makes it work for you. Okay. And then we do have a little bit of time to fudge it if we didn't get it quite straight, and kind of I spy that edge there and see if everything looks good. That looks amazing. So I'm going to grab my eraser, and I can see that line, so I'm just going to erase it right there. Easy peasy. Not difficult at all. Okay, and then we're going to put this one on in the same fashion. Now we don't have to line this one up because we can butt it up to that center, and it's pretty easy. So guys, with the collaboration, my video or my channel is almost at 5,000 subscribers. So I'm thinking about what I want to do as a drawing. So stay tuned. We're going to do some kind of a drawing when we hit 5,000 or right around there. So just button that up there. I do that at every kind of milestone. I do a giveaway. I'm not going to be really giving away full journals anymore. I'll give away folios and things, but the full journals, I'm feeling like it's getting harder for me to do that, because it's a lot of work, and sometimes the people that win them, I never see them again, and that's sad to me. Not that that's a prerequisite for being part of a drawing at all, but I'm just recognizing that in my heart I'm struggling with that. So I'm going to try to come up with a little bit of a different plan. So there we go. Awesome. Okay, so I do know that I want to use the angel, obviously. She is so absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to trim her down real quick. Okay, so we're going to round all the corners. Since she is rounded, I'm going to use the 10 millimeter, since I think that's a little bit wider turn than the 7. Come on, Cara-Renee, get in there. Okay. I love her, even though I think she's crying. I like to think that, well, for starters, I believe in angels. I've seen angels before, and they are of great importance to me as I visualize my world, and as I visualize healing and supernatural intervention in my life. So they have, and I imagine that angels do cry over what they see in the world. So little philosophical there. So there we go. She's going to go right there. Isn't that perfect size? Look at that. Perfect size. I love it. Okay, so I thought we would use the other half of this to create the second card. Now it can be a little bit taller and maybe go behind her. So I'm going to, I know I want to get rid of this edge, so I'm going to actually just trim that off right to those holes right out of the gate here, and I'll be back in a sec. So now we can start a little bit fresh here. So we know that we can't probably go past this because of the glue line, so I'm going to bring it out a little bit. And then we want that one to be a little bit bigger than her. So she was pretty full on here. So I think we're going to have to go right to the edge, or almost to the edge of that that right side of the seamless part of this pocket. I'm going to go ahead and trim that off, and I'm going to just do everything all in one here. So I'm going to bop that over there. I need to trim off the bottom, so I'm going to make another mark on the bottom. Boom. Let me trim this. So beautiful. These papers are so beautiful. Oh, okay, so we're going to round the corner on all of this too, since it'll kind of match the other one. So I'm going to use the 10 millimeter. And then we will be just about done. Again, I will do some decorating. I'm just not feeling up to it. I'm very, very behind in my videos. I had a bit of the flu, so I'm rushing to get this stuff done on the weekend. So, but I'm having to kind of pause in between because I'm exhausted. The flu's not too bad. I just have that loose brain headache, and have to stay nearby the restroom. And food is not really agreeing with me. I'm not a thrower-upper. I don't vomit. Generally, only when I was pregnant with my kids, I did a lot of that. But when I get the flu, I don't get that kind of stomach flu. So I get more of a digestive issue. So I know, TMI, right? We're all people, though, right? We're all people. Now, I wonder if I don't think this could look upside down, so I actually want to turn it so that I see those beautiful bits of metal work almost on that edge. Look at that. Oh my word. That is so cool. Now, I shoved that in far. I'm going to pull it out because if you put that in prematurely and you leave it, you may not get it out. So, oh my gosh, look at that. Stunning. Stunning. I will probably put something on this, on the front of these, something simple. I'm not going to do any other decorating on any other part of this, inside or out. I'll do that when I start moving towards putting the signatures together in the journal. So that is it for today, my friends. I will see you in the next video. Thank you so much for stopping by, and thank you to all the new subscribers, you guys. Sometimes when a collaboration is done, people are just like, they're liking, commenting, and they're subscribing because they want to be part of the giveaway that is being generated by the collaborators or the hosts, which is awesome. I mean, it's all about building channels and getting exposure out there. But what I love more than that is people that come to the channel, they like, they subscribe, they comment because they like the channel, they like what the person is creating. And I think you can tell that when people comment. So we've already had a huge engagement with people that are brand new to the channel, and you know, those of you who've been around a while, you know that I am all about relationship. I'm all about unity, relationship, being human together and having fun at the same time and inspiring one another. So thank you guys. Thank you all you new and old subscribers, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.